Yeah, good morning one more time, everyone. Am I audible?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yeah. See, today we are going to start with a topic called Bootstrap. Okay. So Bootstrap is actually a CSS and JavaScript framework. It is a framework for responsive web design. So can you guys tell me what does responsive means? Which website we call it as a responsive website? Any
One which
idea?
one which adapts to different screen sizes.
Yeah. So
Automatic.
the yeah nowadays websites are being viewed in different type of device. So like mobile, tab, or desktop, laptop, or large desktop. So where the screen size differ. So now to develop a modern website, we have to made it in a such a way so that in all the screen size in a different device, it looks proper. It should be readable and it should be appealing, and there should not be any discrepancy in reading the content of the website. So that is called nothing but responsive website. So through Bootstrap, we are going to develop a responsive website. That means we are going to develop a website for mobile and for the different type of screen size device. Can you tell me what you are seeing in the screen? What is happening here?
Pit stop.
These are the few members of a car racing.
Yeah, so suppose in a Formula One car racing, there are some mechanics that they are standing over here, and on the middle of the race, the car will come, a Formula One racing car will come, and they will just quickly what they will do, they are going to open the wheel and they are going to replace the wheel, or if any other mechanic related what is required to be done, they will do it. So now, see, they will do it in a faster process or they will be in a slow process.
Faster.
They will
Faster.
do it they will do it very quickly. So to do that quickly, what approach they have used? They have a different, yeah, tell me. So they have divided the different tasks to different mechanic, and all the mechanic have for the performing their particular task, all the mechanic have got some tools with them. To unscrew the wheel, there is a tool. For to screw the wheel, the same tool, you are going to use it in a different way. So that means they are going to see, if it was a traditional mechanic, then it would have been taken 10 minutes to replace the wheel, but these people will make it in a 2 minutes or 1 minute because they have used some different approach or modern approach. So similar way in website also. So you can create a website in a traditional way, which may take little more time to complete, or which may not look and feel wise, which may not be that much professional. But same website, you can use some tool and you can make it fast in developing that, and which with a very appealing effect. So that is the tool is nothing but Bootstrap for web development. For replacing car wheels and all, the modern technique is this one what you are seeing in the image. For creating the web application, the modern technique is nothing but Bootstrap. Okay, clear? Yeah. So for see, this is the tool. This is the tool which is a through which they are unscrewing the wheels screw. So this is the tool. This is a automatic tool through which easily within a fraction of second, within a second, they are going to unscrew all the wheels. Okay. So similar fashion, website also we can made it very fast by using a tool which is nothing but called as Bootstrap. Over here, can you tell me what you are seeing over here, guys? Another example where we are going to use modern technology to develop a multi-storage building. So see, nowadays every cities there are multi-storage building, and how this multi-storage building developing or maintain or manufacturing is being done fast within see, in a traditional approach. Developing a multi-storage building will be may have may take 6 months, but same thing you can do it in 1 month by using some modern tools or modern machinery. So there is a crane is being used, and then there is a lift is being temporary lift is being used to send the material to the top floors, and then there is a mixture machine is used. So using the modern technology, this multi-storage building making became faster, okay, and accurate. So now, see, we have learned how to develop a multi-storage building and how to do the mechanic work faster with some modern technology. What is being there for that purpose? For website, if we are dealing with the website development, for that also we have some modern technology which is called Bootstrap to develop it fast and professional. Till here so far, okay, guys? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what are the things we'll be learning over here? See, first thing, describe a Bootstrap framework. Can anybody tell me what is framework is all about? What is framework? What is the definition of the framework?
Structure of the website.
Yeah,
Bootstrap.
structure of the website. Any other answer?
Sir, it would be like CSS, but the extension of CSS we would have already made use from
Yeah. See,
CSS.
framework is nothing but a way of doing something. It is a rule of doing something. So you have a traditional way of doing something and you have a framework way of doing something. Okay, so framework is the rule is being set for doing some task, or it is a structure of or it is a template based on that we will be doing something. So always every field if you go, you will get a framework to do something. So either you can go with the traditional way or the older way of doing it out, or you can take any framework help so that you'll do it in a faster manner or in a professional manner. So that is nothing but framework. Rule or way of doing something is nothing but framework. So Bootstrap way of doing website is nothing but Bootstrap framework. Then we are going to learn Bootstrap mobile. See, Bootstrap is basically for creating a responsive web page. The web page should be visible in the mobile. So Bootstrap mobile first Flexbox grid to build layout. So through Bootstrap, we are going to create the layout of the web page, or we are going to create a app which is responsible for the mobile first. There are various components of the Bootstrap we will be learning. See, Bootstrap is a framework for the HTML. That means there are different type of Bootstrap components are there. Suppose navbar Bootstrap component, form Bootstrap component, then image Bootstrap component. Okay, then typography Bootstrap component. So for different HTML element, we have a different Bootstrap components are there. So that using that Bootstrap, you can easily develop a website. And there are some Bootstrap utilities are there. We are going to discuss this thing. And last but not the least, how through Bootstrap you are going to create a website, a responsive web page using column drop design pattern. All these things, if you have not got it now, no problem. In upcoming slide, I'm going to discuss all these things in detail. Okay, now first question. Who knows what is Bootstrap? What is Bootstrap?
Like CSS framework.
It is a CSS library. Bootstrap is nothing but it is a framework.
Implementation of CSS easier.
Yeah. So Bootstrap, let me read it out over from this statement only, the this definition of the Bootstrap. Bootstrap is an open source framework used for faster and easier web development. So Bootstrap is actually a CSS library. CSS library means what? Bootstrap is a ready-made file. Bootstrap is a ready-made file where the CSS classes would be loaded and different CSS classes behavior would be different, and you just going to use that classes in your HTML. Okay, so it is the world most popular CSS framework created for building responsive mobile site website and application. It includes HTML, CSS based design template for typography, form, button, table, navbar, model, images, and all these things. See, you have to understand one thing. Suppose you want to you want to wear a cloth. You want to wear a cloth. So for that purpose, there are two approach of getting the clothes for you. Number one approach, you buy a clothes from the shop, then you go to tailor and you made the clothes for you. And then the another approach is what? Go to a shop where the ready-made clothes are available and buy the ready-made clothes and start wearing it. So which one is better? Buying a ready-made cloth is better or making the cloth through tailor? Which is better? Which is
Ready-made.
ready-made is better
Ready-made.
because it will be rapid. It will, you means your requirement would be done fulfilled then and there only by going to the shop. Okay, and you will get a variety of options for the ready-made shop from which you can choose and you can wear the clothes. So Bootstrap is a somewhat like ready-made ready-made functional ready-made Bootstrap is a CSS library where some ready-made CSS classes are there. Bootstrap is a ready-made CSS library where some ready-made CSS classes are there, and all these classes you will be using or adding in the HTML so that you will get you'll get that look and feel what is been defined in CSS class. Have you understood what I have said here?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so Bootstrap is a ready-made. See, in a Bootstrap there is a ready-made file which is available in the net, in the internet. Just download that Bootstrap file. There is a .css file and .js file, two file you will get, and in the .css Bootstrap ready-made file you have ready-made classes. So what are the different type of ready-made classes are there? For typography, means for text, ready-made classes are there. For forms, ready-made classes are there. For buttons, ready-made classes are there. For tables, navbar, models, image, or for all these different component of the HTML, ready-made CSS classes are there in the Bootstrap. What you need to do, just add these classes in your HTML, so that classes effect you are going to see it in your HTML web page. That is nothing but Bootstrap. Bootstrap support latest stable release for all major browser and so Bootstrap is supports all major browser like Google Chrome, Internet Explorer, Microsoft Edge, Mozilla Firefox, Opera. So all the latest major browsers or platform Bootstrap supports. So you don't have any problem for using Bootstrap because all the browsers supports Bootstrap. Okay. Now the next important thing, how can we get a Bootstrap? So what I said, Bootstrap is nothing but it is a ready-made file, ready-made CSS library or ready-made JS library. So where you are going to get the Bootstrap? So to use the Bootstrap in your website, in your HTML page, you need to download the Bootstrap file and then you are going to link it to your HTML, or what you can do, a second option, you can link the Bootstrap file from your HTML. So both the way it is possible. So let's do it now. Okay. Bootstrap, get Bootstrap. There is the official site for Bootstrap. Click on this get Bootstrap. You'll get an official site. Now, in the official site, you are going to go to docs. In the docs, there are two ways you can use the Bootstrap. One is you can use the link. Another one you can use the by downloading the file also you can use it. So first we are going to use with a link. So these two link you copied these two link. Okay. Now what do you do? I'm going to create a HTML page. So I'll come suppose test.html HTML5. Okay, now I have some button over here. Let me see, I have some button over here. Button and the click here. So if I run this page, what I will see, I'm going to see a button. Can you see click here button? Fine. Okay. Now,
Yes, sir.
yeah, so you can see if you run it over here, you are going to see the click you are going to see a button over here, which is a normal look and feel of the button. Now what I will do, in a button, in a Bootstrap, there is a class for a button. So there are different classes are there in a Bootstrap for button. Which are these classes? Class equal to double quotes. So the btn is the default class of the button, and then btn hyphen success. So what I have done, for the click here button, I want to make it green color, and for to making green color, I am going to give a class. I'm going to use a class btn and btn success. So with this piece of code, can I get the click here button in a green color? Possible? Can I get it?
No, sir.
No. Why we can't get it?
Because there is no class of BTN success ID.
Yeah. So there is no CSS for you. See, guys, there is no CSS for you. In which CSS you have the BTN and BTN look and feel, or the code is not there. So now what I will do in the head section, I am going to add the link of the Bootstrap file. So there are two Bootstrap files there. One is called bootstrap mean.js, and there is another called bootstrap. Okay, you get it from here. 1 second. It is better to get it from our official link only. From here only I'll get it. I'll take this too. We can't copy from here. No, we can't copy. Okay, fine.
Sir, you can copy from the tab. Click the link.
Okay. Which tab you are telling?
Click the link.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And you can copy from the tab. Yeah.
Okay, this is that. Okay, I got it. Here you are telling, right? So what we have done. We have got the link. And over here we are going to paste that link. So how you are going to paste it? I'll delete this one, and here I'll write link href equal to control V, and then a link href control V. So this is a bootstrap.mean.css, and this much is enough, an rel style sheet, style shwt sheet, and then close this one. Then what we'll do, we'll go for another JS. We'll go for JS link.
Sir.
Yeah.
Sir, can you
Sir,
provide
but
these
when you
notes?
sorry.
1 second. We'll
Sir,
go for
if you-
JS link. I'll explain you what I'm doing. I'm explaining you in a better way. Don't worry.
Sir. Sir, actually, when we are copying it from the from Chrome, it asks for integrity. And if you are using this file here and you haven't given any integrity here, so it might not work, sir.
Okay, let me check. If it is asking integrity, we'll give it. Okay, don't worry. Yeah.
Yes.
So Control V, and then this one. Okay. So now we have two link. One is for bootstrap mean.css. Another is for bootstrap mean.js. These two link I have referred. These two are online link which I have referred in my HTML. So now I'll save it and run it. Can you see you are getting green color button for this web page? Okay. Now, if I change the BTN success to something else, if I go for BTN, suppose primary, if you click on this and then if you run it, so you will set blue color button. So what is happening over here? It means that the link which I have referred in my head section, through that link I have referred a CSS file. Through that link I have referred a CSS file and JS file, and in that CSS bootstrap file I have a huge list of classes. Among that classes I have a BTN. One is BTN class, and then I have another one is BTN primary class. So these two classes from the bootstrap min.css I have referred in my button, so that within the min.css library, the bootstrap library, whatever look and feel of these two classes are there, it should be applicable on this button. Guys, is it clear how the bootstrap works? Any question on this? Hello?
Can you provide these two links in mentor notes?
Yeah, I'll give you. Don't worry. Okay. So these are the two links through which you are going to refer the bootstrap library. And inside the bootstrap library, see, in a normal CSS is what? It is just a vice versa of normal CSS. Suppose I am going to create a over here I am going to create a normal CSS file. See, suppose I'll give like this abc.css. CSS, enter. Now over here I'm going to write. Now in this, what I will do, I'm going to have some I'm going to have some div. No, I'm going to have some table. Suppose table, table. Okay, in that table I have suppose table row, and in the table row I have suppose three TD. Okay, now first thing is name, second one is age, and third one is suppose salary. Okay, so this is my table. If I run it, I'll get the name as salary table. Now what I will do, I want to give some styling to the table. So to give the styling to the table, what is the manual CSS approach for that? What is the manual CSS approach for that? In a CSS abc.css, I'm going to select the table. And then flower bucket. And what I will do, I'm going to have background color, suppose background color, and here I'm going to give it suppose green. So what will happen with this CSS if you run it? Background color table.
I can save it.
Save all. Yeah. No, it is background color.
So we need to give link of style sheet.
Yeah.
You have to link the style
So you
sheet,
need
sir.
you need to add the link of the style sheet. So for that purpose, what I will do, go over here, link rel equal to style sheet, and then href equal to the name of the file abc.css, and close this one. Good, thank you. Now what do you do? Save it and run it. So you are getting green color table. See this, what we have done in this just now. What we have done, I have a HTML element, then I have gone to CSS. I have selected that HTML element, and then on that HTML element I have given background color green. Now the bootstrap is ulta. Bootstrap is opposite of this. So in a bootstrap, you are going to have some classes. Suppose there is a table classes is there in the bootstrap, which has got some dot blah blah code or blah blah styling. So which bootstrap file is having the different bootstrap classes for the HTML? Can you tell me which is that? Which bootstrap file, ready-made file, is having all the ready-made classes?
Script, sir. Link,
Sorry?
Bootstrap min.css.
Yeah, bootstrap.min.css. So bootstrap.min.css, which I have linked from my HTML, here all the ready-made, all the table related classes are there. Now what we will be doing, we are going to consider this is as a bootstrap.min.css. Here you have a number of, suppose 50 table classes are there. So you know which class for which purpose. Now what you are going to do, you are going to use that table classes in your HTML. So what you will do, in a table, I'm going to use class equal to, I'll go for table. Getting? So why I have given class table? Because in my HTML, I have linked a bootstrap min.css where all the table related CSS classes are present, and that CSS classes I am adding in my table so that I'll get that look and feel. That means ready-made classes are available in the bootstrap.min CSS. I am just using this in my HTML for table. Is it, this concept has to be clear with everybody? If this concept is clear, your bootstrap knowledge is done.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
For other colors, which keywords I use?
Yeah. So now what you will do, you go over here. So if you run it first, let me see. See, whenever you give the class, whenever you are going to refer the class name table for a table in HTML, you are going to get this. The table would be expanded throughout the width of the screen. Okay. So like that, there are different classes are there. For table, there is another class called table stripe. Table table, see table stripe. Table hyphen stri stripped, table stripped. And then I'm going to have some another row. Control V. And here I'm going to have some name. Ravi 23. And then salary suppose 50,000. Now run it. So you will get a you'll get a different look and feel for that styling. So that means what I'm trying to explain you over here is what normal CSS means. You have to create the CSS file, number one, then means traditional CSS. Then you have to select the class element by class name and ID. Then you have to give the coding of the styling. This is a normal or traditional CSS. What is Bootstrap CSS? Bootstrap CSS means what? This abc.css is a ready-made for you, which is nothing but bootstrap.min.css. And in this ready-made CSS file, you have set of classes for different HTML element. Now, you need to have the knowledge which classes you want to use, means what styling you want to give. For that, what CSS class is present in the bootstrap.min.css. That class you add it over here in your HTML element. So from the bootstrap.min CSS, from the ready-made class, you are going to give the styling to your existing HTML content. Is it clear over here, all of you?
I have a question.
Yeah, tell me.
So this table class equal to table striped. So this class that you have written here comes under bootstrap.min.css.
Yes, correct.
Okay, so if here's this is also the case in this button class.
Yes, correct. Yes. See, absolutely, you have understood correctly. So bootstrap.min.css, it is not a, see, abc.css, it is our user defined CSS, means as a programmer, I myself create abc.css. But for bootstrap.min.css, it is being created by some professional software developer. Okay, and that they are created CSS, I am adding in my HTML file, and in their created HTML CSS library, what are the classes are there, I'm going to use it in my HTML so that in a rapidly I'll get the professional look and feel. So the pool of software people keep the while creating their min.css file, keep the professional, what are the different professional look and feel of the website is required. They keep that in mind. They have created different classes with different styling. And I'm from this bootstrap min.css, I'm just going to refer those classes in my HTML and automatically ready-madely without writing abc.css, without writing user defined CSS, I'll get a professional look in my web page. Is it clear, guys? Understood?
So that means we don't have to do much styling. It will be done already by Bootstrap.
Yes. So if there is some styling which is a really customized styling, which is you are not getting it in the bootstrap.min.css, that time you go for user defined CSS, no problem. But the major look and feel of your web page which you want to give, you can get it from the Bootstrap classes already, which is being ready-madely present in the min.css. Okay, clear?
Yes. Yes. Sir,
Yeah.
yes.
Any questions so far, guys?
So, hello, sir.
Yeah, tell me.
So, what is the use of script here?
Yeah,
Like,
script. This is also a CSS library. This is also a JS library. So whenever you are going to use the Bootstrap, there are some coding is there in the bootstrap.min.js so that your Bootstrap CSS library works fine. Or there are some Bootstrap min.js in this file. There are some coding is there in JavaScript which you may not be, which you may be using in your web page as a to give an animation effect. So for that purpose, this script tag is there. Okay. Initially, we will not be using the script tag at all, but to function the Bootstrap CSS properly, you need to have both the link. And in a very advanced and complex scenario, you may be using some ready-made Bootstrap min GSS functions which is present in the JS file. Okay. Got it?
Yes, sir.
See, script tag is a tag which is referring a file. What file it is referring? It is referring a JavaScript file, JS file. And in the JS file, there are some JavaScript coding is there. Like bootstrap.min.css, ready-made CSS classes are there. Bootstrap min.js, ready-made JavaScript functions or programs are there. So to make a use of min.css properly, there are some coding is required that is there in bootstrap.min.js. And to give some animation effect in your web page, your bootstrap.min.js you need to use because there are some code for animation is written over here as well. Okay, got it, guys?
So, sir, if you're using link here, then we should always use script together with it, right? Every time.
Together?
Like, yeah, if you're using a link to the bootstrap min.css, right? So we need to use script together with it all the time, right? Whenever we are
Yes,
using.
always. So, yeah, for a basic task, if you give only bootstrap.min.css link, it may work. But little bit, whenever you are going to go for little bit complex functionality for Bootstrap, you are going. So for the safer side, both the file has to be added in your head section. Okay, so that you are going to get the Bootstrap effect. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Yeah. So any questions so far, guys? So Bootstrap, the main concept of Bootstrap is what? Bootstrap is a CSS library where number of classes are there, which is and different classes is having different styling. And what we will do, this ready-made Bootstrap file, I am going to add it in the head section in my HTML. Once I add it, inside that whatever classes are there, I can use it in my HTML. I don't have to write the CSS coding much. I'll just refer the classes and the job is done for me. Okay. Next thing, this is called CDN way, content delivery network, where you are using Bootstrap by referring the link in your web page. So you can what you can do, you can see, suppose you lost network connectivity in your home, but still you want to work with Bootstrap. See, because of this link, can we work without network? Whether Bootstrap will work?
No, sir.
No, sir.
Yeah, see, since I have add my Bootstrap file through this link where it is telling href https, it is going to some website. So if the network is not there, that said, you are not going to, that means you are not connected to the Bootstrap min.css and Bootstrap min.js. That means what? You will be not having the effect of the Bootstrap classes because your internet connectivity is not there. Then what is the way around for it? So we can use a Bootstrap locally also. So for that purpose, what you are going to do, I will go to Bootstrap official site. I'll go to Bootstrap official site, and there what I will do, I'll write get Bootstrap. I'll go for get Bootstrap. From there, you click on doc. From the doc, what you do, you go for download. Click on download. And here you download this version, compile CSS and JS version, you download it. So it is being downloaded in my, what is it called? Download folder. So what I am doing over here, I want to work Bootstrap locally without the link, without the CDN link. How that can be done? That I am showing it to you now. Now you go for downloads. Here is my Bootstrap file. Here is my Bootstrap file, Bootstrap 5.2 beta 1. Now you extract. This is a zip file. You need to extract it. Extract it here only. Extract files. Extract here. So it has got extracted this one. You got this file. Now what I will do, I'll right click. I'll right click, copy this file, and I'll put it in the desktop. Paste it, put it in the desktop. So your downloaded Bootstrap folder is with you. If you go inside, you will get a folder. If you go inside of this folder, you will get a CS and JS folder. In CS folder, there are many files are there. Among this file, we are bothered about bootstrap.min.css. We are bothered about this file, bootstrap.min.css. If you open this file, if you open with Notepad, see this is this it has been written. All the classes is written over here. So if I try to search button class, Control F, suppose btn hyphen success. Success. If you see, this is where your BTN success class is there, where color is this, color is green color, and and there are some styling is there, which is going to have a effect when you are going to add this BTN success to your HTML. Guys, getting clear? This is a wrapped code. They have put everything in a wrapping fashion in this. So what is there in the bootstrap.min.css? It is nothing but it is having a huge set of classes, and till now I have used BTN success. So that class I am showing it over here, and it is having the CSS styling. So when the BTN success you will be using in your HTML, this styling will impact your HTML. Okay, got it. Similar.
Other colors, how can identify?
Yeah. So if you want to go for other class, there is another class called BTN danger. BTN danger. See, this is a BTN danger. For this, the button color is different, which is defined inside that class. Okay. Getting similar fashion, you have a BTN primary. BTN primary, enter. ERI, MERY, I think BTN primary. Okay, go for BTN default.
And
Okay,
sir, for random color, suppose the IGV colors.
Yeah, if you want to give your, see, Bootstrap is giving you suppose 6-7 set of different button look and feel, styling. But if you want something extra which is not there in the Bootstrap, you have to do it by your own. No, getting?
Okay.
Yeah. So see, if you go for, I'll tell you. See what Bootstrap BTN. I'll search it over here. Bootstrap button classes. Button Bootstrap. Okay, see, in a button you have a, for the button BTN primary, this is the look and feel of the button. BTN secondary, this is the look and feel of the button. BTN success, this color. BTN danger, this color. BTN in. So these are the name of the classes. These are the name of the classes, and different classes of button, you have a different look and feel of the button. But if you want something else, if you want a button with a sky blue color, so maybe that classes with that effect, there is no classes in the Bootstrap. Then you have to do it manually by yourself. Getting? You have to have a user defined CSS for that. So select the button by its class and give your own styling. Is it clear, guys? Understood?
Yeah, sir. And sir, for length and height, how can?
No, So see, by default, length and height is, if you want to change it, then you have to see. Normally, it should look like this. This is the width and this is the height. If you want to change it, you same user defined CSS you will be using. Getting?
Okay, sir. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Okay, so that is what it is. So Bootstrap is a CSS library where the classes are defined, and we'll be adding these classes in your HTML and we'll get the effect. Now, what I was discussing, I want to create a, I want to make my Bootstrap web page developed locally. So for that purpose, what I will do, I'll rename this something, anything you can give it. Suppose Bootstrap demo. Okay. Now what I will do, I'm going to create a folder where I'm going to create my Bootstrap project folder. Bootstrap project. Okay, now I'm going to open a notepad file, and I'm going to have the HTML over here. I'll copy the HTML. Control C. Okay, now I'll save it, file, save as desktop Bootstrap demo. What is the file name? Bootstrap project. Yeah, click on this. I'll give the name of the file, index.html. Save it. Okay, now there is a question, guys. Tell me, I have a index.html. If I open it, it is like this. It is like this. Okay. Now, will I get the effect of BTN primary for the click here button? Will I get the effect of styling of the table stripped in my in this table? Will I get this styling effect? Will get it or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Why? Because this link is there. So if I open it, click on that, you will get the, yeah, click here. It is giving the BTN info effect, and the table stripped, it is giving the strip table effect. Now, if I am going to, what I will do, I am going to remove this because I want to work locally. So for that purpose, what I will do, this link will no longer working because there is no internet. Okay. Now, if I do Control S and if I see the output, am I getting the CSS styling effect in this web page now?
No, sir.
Why?
Because no have link.
Yeah, because see, wherever for this styling, which is called BTN and BTN primary, where this classes is defined in some CSS, in a Bootstrap min.css, and there is no Bootstrap min.css linked in my web page. So we are not going to see this styling. But I want to see it. For that purpose, what I will do, for locally, what I will do, I am going to get the min.css file. I'm going to get the min.css file. Desktop Bootstrap min. What I have downloaded, I am going to copy this CS and JS folder. These two I will copy. Come over here, Bootstrap project, and I'll paste it. So now in my project folder, I have the CSS folder for Bootstrap. I have the JS folder for Bootstrap. Now what I will do, I'll open the index. And in the index, in the head section, I'm going to link rel equal to style sheet, and then href. Can you tell me what would be the href over here? Guys, any idea? Href is now is not a in, yeah, tell me.
Bootstrap project slash that
Ha. So it will be
CSS.
CSS folder slash bootstrap. Then the name of the file bootstrap.min.css. Okay, that's it. Your linking is done. Then you go for the second script tag. Script src equal to this. What would be the link for this? Tell me, guys. What would be the link for this? Yeah, so it would be yeah, JS. In the current folder, I have a JS folder. Inside that, I have a
Bootstrap.min.js.
yeah, main.js. Yes, that's it. And then close it. Okay, close the script tag. So now what you have done, you are working with a Bootstrap locally. Even if the internet is not there, there is no hampering of your work. Why? Because you have downloaded the Bootstrap file from the net, and then in your project folder, you have placed the Bootstrap file, which is there in the CSS and JSS folder, and locally you are linking these two files. Now, if you do Control S and if you see the output, see you are now the CSS styling or all those classes styling you can see, because you are locally linking that bootstrap min.css and bootstrap min.js. Till here so far, is it clear with all of you?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so all of you, there are two ways you can use Bootstrap in your website, either CDN, means either through online link, or download the Bootstrap from the Get Bootstrap official site and then link it locally. So both the way you can work on your website designing. So sometime you can go for both also. So online link is also there where internet is there, because online link is faster than the local link. So that's why make it, if possible, you can make both the option available for you. When internet is there, it will link to the server file. When internet is not there, it will link to the local file, and that way it will show you the output. Fine. Okay, next thing. Okay. So Bootstrap, next what we'll be learning, how can we get a Bootstrap, and all these things we have learned it. Fine. Next, Bootstrap grid system. So see, Bootstrap grid system is the most important feature of Bootstrap, which make it responsive. So whenever you are going to use a Bootstrap in your website, that means that all the screens considered is having a 12 column. All the screen is Bootstrap consider is having a 12 column. So this is first column 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so whatever, if it is a mobile, then also mobile screen will be considered as a 12 column. If it is a tab screen is also considered to have a 12 column. And if it is what is it called, desktop, that is also considered to have a 12 column. So Bootstrap consider every screen is divided into 12 column. That is the first information you have to keep in your mind for grid system. Okay, next, see, can you guys tell me how many rows are there in the left hand side picture? How many rows are there?
3.
Yeah, 3 rows. So first row, how many columns are there in the first row?
2.
Yeah. Okay, so that means what? 1 second, I'll put the note. Yeah. So first row is having how many column? It is having 2 column. So this is 1 column, 1 div, and this is 1 column, another div. Can you tell me second row is having how many column?
3.
3 column.
3 column. 1, 2, 3. Then third row is having how many column?
4.
4 column. 1, 2, 3, and 4. See the what is the if the maximum column number in a screen is 12, can you tell me in a first row, first column is spreading across how many column?
6.
Yes, so it should be 6. What about this?
6, sir.
6.
It is also 6. Similar fashion, what about this one? Second row?
4.
4.
Very good. 4.
4.
And this is also 4. What about third row?
3.
3. Can we have the column which is exceeding 12 row? Is it possible? No. Because Bootstrap, according to the Bootstrap, every row maximum column number is 12. So you can have any. So what is the most number of div you can have it in one row, guys? What is the maximum number of column you can have it in one row in a Bootstrap screen?
12.
12.
Yes. So you can have 1 column, 2 column, 3 column, 4 column, 5 column. Like that, you can have the 12 column. So that means what? In a Bootstrap guide is telling the Bootstrap screen will have 12 column and you can have any number of rows. You can have any number of rows in your Bootstrap web page, but every row number of columns should be maximum 12. Okay, and you can have 12 maximum column 12 maximum div as a column in every row. Apart from that, it is not possible. Is it possible if this is 7 and this is 6? Is that possible?
No, sir.
No.
No,
sir.
no, that is not possible. So you cannot have a div which is having a 7 plus 6, 13, which is exceeding 12. So that way you cannot place your div, column div in a particular row because this is so always the summation of all the column div in a particular row should be 12. It should not be more than 12. So that is what they're telling over here. Now come to this example code. Okay, see in a Bootstrap there is a class in a bootstrap.min.css. There is a class called call class. So what is the short form of call? Any idea?
Call span column.
Call means column. What is the short what is the short form of LG? Any idea?
Length.
Large. LG means large. Okay. And what is the value of 6 it is denoting over here? Any idea?
The columns.
The
6
number of column
columns.
it is taking.
Columns.
Number of column it is telling. So can you guys tell me this when you have a div, okay, and for that div when you give class equal to double quote call hyphen LG hyphen 6. Okay, when we have a column div, and for that column div, if I mention this class, so what it will do in a look and feel in the output screen, what it will do? Any idea? Can anybody explain that?
It
Just
will
guess.
cover 6 columns.
Spread across 6 columns.
Yeah, spread across. Okay, from the 6 I am getting, it will be spread across 6 column. Okay, from column also I am getting, it is spread across 6 column. Then what is LG is doing over here? What is this the task of LG? LG is telling when the screen size is more than the large, there is some break values are there for LG. When the screen size is more than LG, then these divs should be spread across 6 column of the particular row. So when the screen size is below LG, then it will not going to go for it will not going to spread across 6 column. It would be spread across. It will not be 6 column. It will be one below another. How the distribution can be possible? It will be like that. Okay, clear, guys? Understood? So that means what? Column LG 6 means that this div is going to spread across 6 column when the screen size is more than LG. Can you tell me about this one? What this is telling here? Anybody?
So it will spread across 5 column if the screen size is more than large.
Exactly. So see, this screen size is large screen size. It is large. It is LG. So more than large. So that means first div will be expanded to 6 column and second div should be expanded to 5 column. Okay.
What's the criteria for being large or medium?
Yeah, that I'll tell you. We have some pixels for large. When the screen pixels is suppose 1000, 1200 and more, considered as a large. When the screen size is 700 to 1200, screen size is considered as a medium. When the screen size is suppose 400 to 700, screen size is considered as a small. So there is a break values are there. So for through pixels, there are width of the screen values are there. Based on that, it's going to measure whether it's a large or medium or small or extra small or extra large or extra large. Got it? Clear?
So, yes, sir. One more question.
Hmm.
Sir, if the screen size is not large,
Hmm.
and we have given this dot
भाई
column
अभी से नींद
as
क्यों आ रही है
defined.
भाई अभी नहीं आज नहीं
I'm getting some background noise. Please mute yourself, those who are not speaking. Yeah, tell me, what was your doubt?
Sir, like if we have given dot column large 5, then if the screen is not large, if the screen we have is medium, so what happens in that case? Like
Very
you
good
said that
question.
it
Very
won't
good
take the
question.
file.
See, then it will not. See, I'll tell you. It will be like this. With the example, I'll tell you. Okay. See, what I'm going to do. I'm going to over here. I have a index file, right? I have an index file. Yeah. See, I have what I'm going to do. I'm going to create a row column. I'm going to create a div open, div close, and there would be an outer div which should be considered as a class or row. So CLA class equal to row. Okay, and then within that, I have a two column div. I have a two column div class equal to column hyphen LG hyphen suppose 6. Okay, and we have something over here, something written div1 and close this one div and give some color to this style equal to give some color, background color suppose colon green. I'll copy. Now I have another column div and this one is suppose blue. Okay, now if I run it, if I do Control S and if I run this file, can you see what you are seeing over here, guys? Tell me. So what is how many column the green div is spreading across, and how many column the blue div is spreading across? 6 is so that means 12 column is divided into 6 into 6. Now this 6 into 6 division, this 6 into 6 division is applicable when the screen is large and more. So over here screen is large and more than the large. So that was 6 is to 6. Whenever you are going to minimize the till here the size is large. Till here, size is large and above, large and above, large and above, large and above. Here, the screen size goes below large. So whenever screen size go below large, the div will become one below another. That 6:6 ratio would be violated. Getting? Understood? So whenever means column large 6 for both the column div, if you mention, then it would be 6:6 ratio in a one row. It will work fine. But whenever the screen is become less than the large, then it will become one below another. 6:6 ratio which I have mentioned, it is not going to be applicable then. Is it clear? Can you tell me what will happen with this? If I write, instead of LG, if I write small, and over here also small, who can tell me what would be the effect for this piece of code change?
When the screen size becomes smaller, like goes to small pixels, then it will turn itself into the columns.
Yeah. So that means what? When the screen size is more than small, well, 6:6, fine. Okay. But when still here, it is not below small. Till here not below small. Till here not below small. See, now the screen size become less than small. So whenever the screen become less than small, then this 6:6 is not going to work. Then it would be one below another, so that there would not be any problem or discrepancy in reading the content. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? Does it answer your questions? What you are telling, when the screen is less than small, what will happen? Is it clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any questions on this so far what we have discussed?
Sir, what about medium?
Yeah, medium is go for medium. You go for medium. Here you take it medium. Instead of small, you go for medium.
Sir,
Okay.
so small means minimum and large
No,
means
there is a
maximum.
extra small is
So-
also there. Before the smaller than small size is the extra small size. Bigger than large size is the extra large size. Bigger than extra large size is the extra large size. Okay, so nowadays there are some normal desktop which is a large size desktop. There are some desktop which are there an extra large size screen, and there are some desktop which are extra large size screen. So all these breakpoints are there in the Bootstrap. Extra small, medium, large, extra large, extra large. Got it? Clear? Okay, let me understand. If I do little bit modification over here, suppose one thing you remember, the column div should be wrapped under row div. If you don't have the row div, and directly you are creating a column div, column MD6, it will not work. So this is not the procedure of having column div without row div. So how many column div for a particular row? You can have maximum 12 column div. So all the 12 column div should be under row div. Otherwise, it will not work. So here, this is a must. So over here, you go over here, div, and then give class equal to row. So unless and until you have the row, you can have the column inside. That you should be remember. You register your mind. Control S. Can you tell me what would be the output of this? Control C. If I come over here and if I give blue and this I'll give it as red. Okay. Now I want to display all these three column side by side when the size is medium and above. What you should do for that? I want green, blue, and red div to be placed in a same row side by side with a equal distribution for a particular row when the size is medium and above. What you will do?
Instead of 6, we give
Column memory 4.
Yes. So here, if you go for 4, and if you go for 4 here. So that means medium and above 4:4:4:4 distribution for the 12 column. Control S, come over here See, you are giving 4:4:4 equal width distribution for the 3 div. So what will happen if I make it, if I make this one, column MD2, and then it is suppose 6. Now, can you tell me what will happen? The first div, green div, will be spread across 2 columns. A blue div will be spread across 6 columns, and green div will be spread across 4 columns. So Control S, come over here. See, click on this. See, distribution has changed. 2:6:4. Clear? Okay. Now, so this is okay for when till the size is medium and above. When you make the size less than medium and above, see, it will become one below another. Now 2:6:4 will not work. If you understand this much is there in the bootstrap. There is nothing more in it. Okay. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any questions on this further? So what you need to have a row div. Within the row div, you can have a column div, and in the column div, through the class, you are going to mention how it will be distributed on a particular row. We in which ratio, and and that ratio should be valid for the which screen size. So column MD2 means MD and above 2. Column MD6 means MD and above 6. Column MD 4 means 6. MD size MD and above is to 4. So 2:6:4. Otherwise, if it is size is less than medium, no, you cannot go for 2:6:4. All the 3 div column div will be one below another. Okay, guys, clear? So far, it's okay. Yeah, tell me.
So class equal to row was the name given by you, right?
No,
any
not
default
me.
property.
It is row is also a predefined class in bootstrap.min.css. See, row is all like column MD2, column MD6, which are ready-made classes in the bootstrap. Similar fashion, row is also so you cannot give row 1. It has to be named as row only. If you go over here and if you click on this, see. So there is no row classes for the outer div, so it will not work. The column classes effect is not going to get work. So whenever you have a column div, that should be wrapped with the outer div, and that outer div name should be, class name should be row only, ROW. You cannot give any other name. It is not a user defined. Fine. Okay.
So unlike column, medium, large, and small, a row has only one name, right? And only one property, that is
only row.
only,
Yeah.
right?
Say row div will have only class row, and inside the row div, you can have a many number of column div with a column width and with the screen size mentioned. Okay. So row div. So now, can you tell me? You guys tell me now. See. Okay. I'll make it. Did I save it? No. I'll save it. Control S. Now you guys tell me, below to this row, I want a 3 div which would be spread with equal distribution. What I should do for that? So first row is having 2:6:4. No problem. I want to have a second row. In the second row, I am going to have a 2 column 6:6 ratio, which should be placed. What you should do in coding? Tell me. Did you get it? What I said?
Another div.
Justify.
Another where after this?
Yeah.
Yeah, another div. Then
Class is equal to row.
exactly, you got it. Class equal to row. So that means you have another row div. Another row div got created. Now within the row div, I want to have a 2 column div. So what I will do? I'll copy paste this. Control C. So 2 column div, and it should be suppose. Now I want the ratio to be distributed into equally. So what you will change over here? 6 into 6. 6 into 6. And that's it. And you can give some color, something else. Gray, and you will make it as yellow. Yellow. Control S and come over here. So you got another row which is having distributed into 6 into 6. One is gray, another one is yellow. Clear, guys? Understood?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, next one more concept I need to explain you over here. Suppose this one. Suppose the second row I'm going to delete it. In the first row, I'm going to have another class. Column small hyphen 4. And then another class column small hyphen 4. Column small hyphen 4. Any idea? Let me see who can answer it. Just try to analyze and
Sir, if the screen size is medium, then the column distribution will be 264. If the screen size becomes small, it will be 444.
yeah, very good. So that means when the screen is more than small and less than medium, then 4:4:4. But whenever the screen size became more than medium, it would be 2:6:4. So let's see. Control S. All of you have understood. When the column size is more than small but less than medium, then 4:4:4. But whenever the column size became more than medium, it would be 2:6:4. So let's see. Over here, I'll minimize it. See, column size is what? Did I saved it? One. I have not saved it. Control S. Yeah. So now when the column size is more than, it is a less than small, so one below another. More than small means 4:4:4. See, more than small, 4:4:4. But whenever it goes more than medium, see, more than medium, 2:6:4. So that also, this way also you can do the responsive designing. Anybody has having any confusion in this code, you can ask a question to me right away. Okay, fine. I think you guys are clear. Okay. Now we'll back to this one. I'll go back to the slide again. Okay, next thing is what? See, whenever you are, there is a class called container class, which is there in the bootstrap.min.css. There is a class called container fluid class. Okay, so when always your total HTML content should be under a div and make that div as a container class. It is a good practice. So whatever blah blah things you are having in your HTML content, everything should be under a div, and that div should be the container div, or that div class should be container class, and this container class is a predefined class in the bootstrap. Okay, and this container class, what it does, it gives some spaces in the left hand side and gives some spaces to the right hand side. Instead of container class, if you use container fluid, so there would not be spaces from the left and right. The total content means total width of the screen would be spread with the content. So it will be container fluid. So what does it means? If you go further, go some to the next slide, you will get to know. See, now rows are wraps for columns added using dot row. This I have explained you. So how the number of columns should be within a row, and how you can create as many row you want to create in your website, in your web page, and every row can have maximum 12 column, spreading one at a time, one row, one column for every 12 column. Otherwise, you can, it's your choice how you are going to spread the number of column in a row whose maximum column width is 12. Okay. Next thing, bootstrap columns and gutter. So whenever you are going to have the columns in a row, it is going to use some gutter. Gutter means the distance between the column, between two adjacent columns. So the dot column is a class which is going to give you some default gutter or default spaces between the two adjacent columns. These are theoretical thing. Okay. Then content placed with a column. So how you are always remember the content should be placed with a column div. It should not be with a row div. Means the what I'm saying by this what I'm trying to mean. Yeah, this one. What is it? You have a index.html. You are not going to have the content in the row div. Suppose I am a div. I am a div. So the content should not be within the row div. Row div would be empty div, which is going to which is going to work as a row div for the columns which is inside of this. Always the content should be under column div. See this one. Div 1, div 1, div 2, div 3. These are the content. Content can have a image. Content can have a combination of text, images, and audio, video. So whatever content you want to display in your website, that content should be the part of the column div, should not be the part of the row div. That you have to remember. Okay, and this content can be any whatever. It can be a form content, it can be a button content, it can be a navigation content, it can be a header content. So whatever may be the content, it should be a part of the column div. It should not be the part of the row div. Div should be individually empty div, which is creating the row, and inside the row you can have the multiple column div. Okay. Okay, now grid system breakpoint. As I said earlier, the screen size is based on the width of the screen. It is being categorized in number of name of size. So there is a extra small size name, there is a small size name, medium size name, large size name, extra large size name, and extra large size name. Okay, so can you tell me where you are going to use this size name, in which class? Any idea, guys?
Row.
Column class.
Column, not row. No, row we are going to use only class row. But in the column, we are going to mention call XS -6 or call SM -SM -2 or call -MD -3 or call -LG -4 or call -XL something like that. So in a column class, you are going to have these sizes to be mentioned. How you want the in which way you want the responsiveness of your website, that way you are going to use this name of the sizes of the screen. Next thing, grid system breakout. See, now extra small means what? It is less than 576 pixels. Now in terms of the pixels, they are telling extra small means what? Extra small means less than 576 px width of the screen. What is small means? Small means more than 576 but less than more than 576 but less than 5768. Medium size means what? More than 768 but less than 992. Large means what? More than 992 but less than 1200. Extra large means what? More than 1200 but less than 1400. And extra and more than 1400, there is a extra large. Now you tell me, if I have a size, if I have a size 5 to I have a screen size 520, it comes under which size? 520 comes under which size?
Extra small.
Extra small. If I have a size of 900, it comes under which size?
Column LG. MD, medium.
MD medium. Okay. If I have a screen size of 1300, it is under which size?
Excel.
Excel. Okay. So that means when you write column -XS-2, that means extra small and above, it will be 2 column. That column div is going to be placed on the web page like that. Okay. So these are the, what is it called, static value or pixel value. So suppose you are going as a developer, while developing or while designing a website, you got to know that the screen size is suppose that the full screen size is suppose 1000. So you got to know, that means since the screen size is 1000, that means I am going to design my web page with LG. So LG and no, not LG, with medium. Medium and above means it is more than 768 and less than 1200. Based on that, you will do the designing. Okay, so sometimes extra small you will be using in your class name for the column, but you should be aware of it means what size as well, and this chart is going to describe you that only. Okay, next, Bootstrap table classes. So see, I table, Bootstrap has got some table classes which is called table, and then table striped, table bordered, table hover, and table condensed. So these are the classes which you will be adding in the table element, and you are going to get the different look and feel of the table. So that you just practice it out by yourself. Okay, so where you are going to use this table class, tell me. Dot table, it is a class of a table class in Bootstrap. Where you are going to use this, add this class for a table? Tell me. What happened?
When we created a table in the HTML.
Yeah, see, whenever you are going to create a table, then in the table element or inside the table opening tag, you are going to have a class attribute. In the class attribute, you are going to have the what is it called, table class, and that table class is going to give you a table behavior. 1 second, we'll do it quickly. I'll not do all the classes, all the other classes you just try it by yourself. So over here we have a suppose table, and inside the table I have a tr.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
Can you write in VS Code, sir?
Yeah, that will be better. Yeah, I was also thinking that only. Okay, fine, we'll do that. Control S, file, open folder, desktop, Bootstrap demo project. Yeah. Bootstrap project. Yeah, we have an index.html. So what I'm doing, I'm going to create a table here. TABL table, and within that I have a tr. How many tr? Only suppose 2 tr. One more tr. Then every tier will have suppose 3 td, and then this tier also is having suppose 3 td. Okay, now first td will have what? First td will have name, 7 td we have age, and 30 we have suppose section. Now name Anil, age 23, section B suppose. So if I run this one, what I will get? I'll get a Anil, I'll get a name, age, section. It is not coming properly. Control V. So you know how to design a table, no problem with that. You'll get this look and feel of the table. Okay, now in what is telling over here, it is telling there is a class, table class in a bootstrap.min.css. If you are going to add this table class to your table, what will happen? What I will do, just I will do this one. Class equal to table. Just I will add this one and then save it. Save it and run it. See, you will get a better look and feel of the table, where every table row is separated with a horizontal line, and it has got spacing in between, and it looks proper. It looks professional. Got it? So what made this look professional? Only just adding of the class table in the table element. What are the other thing you can? What are the other thing you can? Other classes you can use. You can go for table strip. If you go for table strip, for that purpose, what you will do? Come over here. This one, table strip, table strip hyphen st strip. If you go for that one, every alternative row will have the same color in the table. Right click. See, the ash gray color is the first row, then white, and then again if another row is there, it will be gray color, table strip. Similar fashion, you can go for some other table, other styling also. Table bordered. So table bordered, how you are going to get this effect? For that purpose, you go to table bordered. Table bordered. And then run it. So you'll get a border table. See, everywhere border is there. Is it clear, guys, how to use the table classes? Okay. Any questions on this? How to use the table classes? These table classes?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So table border, you can add it in the table element as a class. Table hover, you can you tell me, I want the border as well as strip. I want the border table look and feel as well as the strip table look and feel. So what I should do for that?
Sir, we can use semicolon.
Multiple class.
Tell me what you should border table bordered as well as
So we'll
border
add
strip.
table strip. We'll
It
add
can
table
be
strip
semicolon.
after
Yeah,
space.
not semicolon, table strip. So that means what? Table how many classes you are adding to the table? Table class, table bordered class, and table striped class. So all these three class should be under one double quote, and that should be assigned to class. That means this table will refer table look and feel. This table will refer table bordered look and feel, and this table refer table strip look and feel as well. So do Control S and run it. Border and strip both you will get. So you will get border all the side as well as strip means different color for the alternative row, means for the different color to the adjacent row you are also getting. Fine. Okay. Clear, guys? Any questions so far? Okay, next. Now bootstrap table. So there are some demo code is there already which you have discussed. This has been discussed for this for this example demo code also. We are going to share this demo code for your practice purpose. Next thing, basic table with a dark theme. So for the dark theme of the table, we have some class there in the bootstrap. If you use that class, it will be dark theme, dark black background for that table, you are going to get it. Strip table with border, just now we did it. Table strip, table hyphen strip, and table hyphen border. If you go for that, you are going to get a effect of this type of look and feel of the table, you are going to get it. Table with a hoverable row. Hoverable row means what? Whenever you place the cursor on the on some row of the table, it is going to get highlighted. So that is nothing but table with a hoverable rows. So what is that class? That class is table hyphen hover. So I'll be using this. Let's see. Table hyphen hover means if you go here, table hyphen hover. Over. See, whenever you place the cursor on a particular row, it is got highlighted. That is called hover. If you just remove this hover, so highlighting will not take place. Highlighting will not take place. See, I'm placing the cursor, no highlightation. But whenever I make it as table hyphen HOVR hover, and then if I run it, see the selected rows got highlighted by using because of the table hover class. It is giving this effect. Okay, that's it. Table is done. Then bootstrap images. So for the images also, bootstrap is going to provide you some classes. So what are these classes? Bootstrap images. What are these classes? There is a class called
You
IMG Fluid.
maximize this screen.
Yeah. So what are the classes are there? For the images, .img fluid is there, .img thumbnail is there. So these are the image classes. So when you make the img fluid, image in Bootstrap are made responsive with img fluid. This applies max with 100% and height auto to the image so that it scales with the parent element. So that means what? When you make some image as class image fluid, then the image would be the 100% with the screen or with the 100% with the parent div or parent container. Okay, when you go for image thumbnail, in addition to the border radius utility, so let's go for image thumbnail and image fluid. Okay, so for that purpose, what I will do, I'm going to have an image over here. So I'll take one image. So how the image classes are works that we are going to discuss. I'll take a flower image here. Okay, then I'll go to this one. DSS flower image is over here. Now I'll remove the table thing. Now we are discussing about the classes, image classes in Bootstrap. So what I will do, img image src equal to, what is the image name? flow flower.jpg jpg. Okay, semicolon, control S. Now run it. You are getting the image. So when you make, now for this image, there is a class called image fluid. What is img hyphen fluid? If you use this image fluid, what will happen? Let's see. So image fluid means what? Go for image thumbnail. Image thumbnail, control S. No, image thumbnail is also not working. Why it is not working? JS Bootstrap img class. Okay, what you do, you make it under a div. Control X, put it under a div. Image, you put it under a div, and that div you make it as class. Control V, image thumbnail. Class equal to img hyphen thumbnail thumbnail. See, actually this div is because the why it is not coming the thumbnail effect, because the image size is small. So what I have downloaded from the Google, this image is a little bit small, so that it is not the image thumbnail effect. You can't see it. If the image will try to spread across the whole width, it's going to so stretch that the quality of the image you are going to be lost. So because of that reason, this is not coming. Otherwise, image thumbnail and the image fluid is going to make the image give some certain look and feel. Okay. Next thing. Then this is done. Then what is the next topic? So what happens when a Bootstrap CDN is used? Can you guys answer this question? What happens when a Bootstrap CDN is used?
So what is CDN?
CDN means content delivery network. That means, see, online link for a Bootstrap, you are getting online link. No, two way you can use Bootstrap. One is with online link, another with offline link. So when you are using online link, that is called CDN, content delivery network.
Okay, so
B.
I think so.
Loading
Sir,
time.
B.
Loading
time
time.
reduced.
Yeah, loading time would be, because through, so whenever you are going to load the bootstrap.min.js from the online, it will the loading time will be reduced. Yes. What about this? Okay, this is the answer. Okay, now essential Bootstrap component. This I am going to discuss in the second session. Means next session, after you practice whatever you have discussed. Once this is done, then we'll go for navbar, button, cards, carousel, and form. Okay. So far what we have discussed, is there any questions on this? Is there any clarification, doubt, anything else like that? So one more time, I'll give a recap.
So there was a inside image, sir. There was a float classes thing, sir. Can you go back to that slide?
Okay, I'll go back here. Yeah.
So this
Tell me.
float classes you didn't explain.
Aligning, you can align images with a float classes and text alignment classes. So aligning image means you can place the image in the middle or to the left or to the right. So for doing that, there are some classes available in Bootstrap. They are telling those classes are float and text alignment. Okay. So
These are the name of the classes.
The class's name is float and the text.
Okay, sir.
Float and the text. Using these two, you can do the alignment of the image where you want to place it. Okay. Any other questions, guys? So what we have discussed from the beginning, I'll give a small recap on this. Bootstrap is a framework. Bootstrap is a framework. It is a CSS and JS library. So in the CSS library, there would be a number of CSS classes would be there, which are predefined or made by the manufacturer of the Bootstrap. So we are going to use these classes in our HTML, and we are going to make our website rapidly. So, and with a professional look and feel. Next thing is what is Bootstrap? It is an open source. Open source means to download the Bootstrap, you don't have to give any penny to anybody. You don't have to give money to anybody. It is open source, it's free. So if you want to download it. If you want to use the link and use it is without any purchasing option. So it is a freeware. It is an open source. Okay. And Bootstrap, since it is open source, you can add your code in the Bootstrap also. Some extra classes you can add it in your bootstrap.min.css, and you can make it a part of the bootstrap.min.css as a extension for your personalization use. Then how we can get Bootstrap? Either you add the link of the CDN link in your website, or what you can do, download the Bootstrap and link it locally. Bootstrap grid. What is the number of column of Bootstrap screen is? So maximum number of column is 12. And it can have any number of rows, and every row can have maximum 12 column. If a row is having 12 column, that means if there is a 12, means there would be a 12 column, each is going to be spread across one column. Otherwise, the distribution of the column is your choice. Maximum size is 12, but the distribution is yours. If you have a 3 column, 4:4:4, or 2:8:4, it's your choice as a designer. Next, Bootstrap grid system. Yeah. So over here, you have the content should be the column div. All the content which you want to place in your website, that should be within the column div, and the column div should be within the row div. And within the row div, in a column div, you are going to have the column, and then the screen size, and then the column width, like column LG6 or column LG5 or column MD12 or column MD5. Like that way, you are going to have the column classes. And then there in a Bootstrap grid system, there is a container class is present in the bootstrap.min.css, which is going to give some padding and margin. And these are the 2-column grid demo code, 3-column grid demo code. All these things I have already discussed with my practice programming. So if you go through that, you will get to know what they are telling. And then Bootstrap grid system. So this already we have discussed. Gutter means what? When you have a columns in a row, when you have a column div in a row, that each individual column div, each individual adjacent column div is going to give some spaces, and that spaces is nothing but called as gutter. Content should be placed with the column div. These are the breakpoint. These are the name of the sizes which we'll be using in the column class. These are the for every name of the sizes, it is giving you the breakpoint or the value for which will be considered as the extra small or medium based on the value it is being described over here. And then we have some table classes. You link the Bootstrap in your website and add these classes in the table element as a class. You'll get the different effect of the table. And then we have these are some demos are there which I'm going to share with you so that you can do the practicing like this. Bootstrap images has got some classes called img-fluid. See, dot means dot you should not use as the name. Whenever you are going to add the classes in the class attribute for a particular element, you should not use dot there. Dot is used in CSS file. But in a HTML, when you are referring the class, it should be img-fluid. It should not be dot img-fluid. That you have to keep in mind. Okay, next component part, I'm going to take it in the next session. So maybe in the later part of before lunch, I will be taking navbar, button, cuts, carousel, and forms. So any questions so far what you have discussed? Any doubt? Anything in your mind? Any queries? Have you understood or you have not understood or you are not sure that you have understood? What is the status?
Understood, sir.
Understood. Now you need to do the practice, right?
Yes,
What
sir.
about others? I'm getting only one understood.
Understood.
Understood, sir.
Okay. So what our next task is what? Your practice work, whatever we have discussed. I'm going to share you some code to you. You are just see one how you are going to do the practice. I'm going to give you one trick for that. It is like this. Suppose I want to use. Suppose I want to know what a CSS class does. I want to know what a CSS class does, and that class is suppose a button class. That class is suppose button class. Button, and then class equal to this one, and here I'm going to click here. Okay, I want to know what is the look and feel of the button danger class. So for that purpose, what you will do, you are going to have a button without that class and run it and check. So this is the look, and you will get this look and feel button. Now I want to check button danger look and feel is what? Now you added button danger here. btn danger. So now btn now you see the output. See you got this look and feel. So by changing the by not giving means not you run the application without having that class, see how it is look and feel, and add the class and then run it again, and you'll see the difference. So that difference is the styling which is there in that class. Okay, so another trick is what? Suppose btn danger, I'll give one. There is no class called btn-danger1. So that means btn danger effect will not be there. If you control S, run it, see, you'll get a normal button. Now I'll just remove the danger one from here. So I got the proper name btn danger, and then if I run it, I'll see the changes in the look and feel. So by the changes look and feel what we got, that is what for that look and feel this btn danger is defined in bootstrap.min.css. Okay, so sometimes we need to know what because of that class what look and feel is getting changed. So for that purpose, you just use a class which is not there and then changes back to that class which is there, and see the distinction. You'll get to know what this class is affecting in the look and feel. Okay. Okay, guys, I'll share you some demo code. You just practice those out for another 1 hour.
And sir, please share offline packages link, sir, to
Or links you want. Okay, fine. I'll send it. So what I will. So for links, you will get it from this site, no? You go to Get BootStrap official site. I'll tell you, Get BootStrap. From here, go to docs, and from the docs, you take this two link. This two link.
no, this CDN package.
CDN, which one? What you want? Tell me one more time.
CDN package, sir, offline for offline now.
Yeah, offline you just go there. Go to. Can you see my screen?
Yeah, sir.
Yeah. So go to download. You download, compile CSS and JS. You should know how. If I give it, it will not be a good idea. You should know from how you are going to use the Get Bootstrap official site and how you can download the compile CSS and JS from there and you can use it. That also you should have the knowledge. So for that purpose, go to Get Bootstrap, type it over here like this. Getbootstrap.com, go to docs and then click on download. And then first download button you click, you'll get the compressed version of the Bootstrap. You just uncompress it or extract it and then go inside the folder. You will find a two folder, CSS and JS. That two folder is having the Bootstrap min.css and Bootstrap min.js. Now you do the linking. Fine.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Any other help you require on this? Now, if I after learning this much, if I ask you what is the advantage of Bootstrap, can anybody tell me?
Sir, question?
What is the advantage of using Bootstrap, or what is the advantage of creating web application with Bootstrap?
Faster and easier web development.
It saves the
and
time.
reduces the workload. CSS.
More uniformity.
Okay, can somebody explain me how Bootstrap make the work faster?
So like there are lots of
functions.
Predefined libraries.
repetition.
Predefined
Classes.
Yeah, so you don't have to write the styling code for the for your particular element. It is already there, ready-made with you. You are just going to use it. Yeah.
But also, sir, like screen sizes, it will adapt.
And the most important advantage or feature of Bootstrap is what? Responsiveness. Okay, so you can create a web app for mobile, tab, as well as desktop or laptop, whatever screen size your device you are using. You can create a responsive web page. And apart from that, Bootstrap has got some component called navbar component, and then it has got table component, it has got form component. Okay, it has got various type of components are there for the various HTML element to give the look and feel by the classes which are already present in the library. Yeah. What is the class? So you see, whenever you are going to design a page, you need to wrap all the code in one div, and that div should be under which class? That div should add which class from the Bootstrap? Any idea? See, it is recommended.
For what purpose, sir?
No, any purpose it can be. It can be any purpose. So suppose, yeah, tell me.
Container.
Yes, container. So whenever you are going to design a page, it is a good design to have everything. After body, you open the div tag, and before body, you close the div tag. And inside the div tag, you can have any content, and that div class should be the container. Okay, and container class is present in the Bootstrap library. Got it? And this container class is going to give you some default margin left and default margin right, like that. So
I have one
in a
question.
Bootstrap, you need to explore the classes. Which are the classes are there in Bootstrap, and what are the purposes of the classes? If you have got to know this, then you can become a very good Bootstrap developer. Not a problem.
Yes, sir. Sir,
Yeah. Yeah.
sir, initially when we were starting Java, you said that like we were told that we should use article. Uh, Now we are told to use div tags. So
No.
why?
Div tag is for column and for row, but the content of the div can be within article. No, getting. See, article means text. Article means text. So text, whenever you are, say, div is having content as a text, that text you can wrap it under article. No problem. No issues. Or getting or not, Roshan?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah. So you can have a section tag, you can have a aside tag. See, section, see, it is like this. Suppose you have a section. Section is having row is having column, div. Okay, section tag, which is a semantic tag, you can use it as the wrapper of the row div, and the row div would be the wrapper of the column div. So we are not violating that. You should not use section, you should not use aside, you should not use article. You'll be using that with the row div and with the column div. Got it?
Okay, sir.
Yeah. Suppose it is like this. Suppose there is a header portion. So you are going to have a header tag. Within the header tag, you are going to have a row div. Within the row div, you are going to have the 3 column div. And that 3 column div, you are going to spread across 4:4:4. No problem. Understanding?
Okay, so that means that all that semantics we want to use, we should first declare the div, and we will do all that inside that div.
Yes. So semantic element also equally you'll be using when you are designing website with your row div and with your column div, or the bootstrap div. No problem at all. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Any other questions, guys? Okay, fine. I'll just share you some demo code in the mentor notes. You please go through this. Sangeeta, are you there?
Yeah, yeah.
Sangeeta, can I share them the link of the demo, or we need to download and then we need to send it?
We will download and we will share the
Okay.
file itself.
Okay, fine.
Now they can take a break of 10 minutes, right?
Yeah, okay, right. Okay, guys, go for a 10 minutes break and then come back.
Yeah. Come back and practice with Bootstrap.